A founding member of the Department of Homeland Security is blowing the whistle. He says he was punished for identifying the links between radical Islam and terrorist threats here in America. Philip Haney is testifying before a Senate subcommittee today, but he already told CBN's Jennifer Wishon about his experiences in Homeland Security, including why information about radical Islam was erased from government records.
After the terrorist attack in Orlando, the Justice Department tried to redact all references the killer made to Islam during his 911 call. That blunder allowed the public to see the type of scrubbing that's been going on behind closed doors of the federal government for years. A systematic erasing of links between Islam and terrorism, according to Philip Haney, a longtime officer in the Department of Homeland Security.
They told me, we want you to eliminate, the word was modify, all the linking information in about 850 records that I put into the system on guess what group? The Muslim Brotherhood.
That was in 2009, 1 year after President Obama was elected. Haney says Obama relied on the Muslim Brotherhood and other Islamic groups with ties to terrorism to craft U.S. policy.
And in 2012, it happened again. This time they didn't just modify the information in the records, they completely eliminated them out of the system, erased them forever. And then they investigated me for putting that information into the system when that's exactly the job that I was supposed to be doing.
He's been investigated 9 times. At one point, he was picked apart by 3 federal agencies at once. Haney was exonerated, but through his experiences came to realize spiritual warfare is taking place at the highest levels of government.
I can't explain to you the ideology or the worldview of this administration that makes them so adamant to protect Islam from harm by addressing it in its true nature.
How has your Christian faith helped you get through all of this?
We're talking about very, very high level, malevolent kind of forces here at work, and it is very sobering to see these kind of things operating. These are biblical level events that we're talking about.
His book, See Something, Say Nothing, details his tumultuous time at the Department of Homeland Security. After living in the Middle East and studying terrorism, Haney believes jihad is a tactic radical Muslims are using to achieve their goal of implementing Sharia law in the U.S., Europe, and around the world.
The power of Sharia is very difficult to exaggerate how much influence it has on the life of Muslims around the world.
You say this is a battle between the Constitution and Sharia law.
Are we going to submit to the influence of Sharia law and make it legal for one particular religion to have more than one wife? Or are we going to say, no, you cannot implement those provisions as long as you want to be a citizen of the United States?
What America needs, he says, is to focus on the Constitution.
And if you become more familiar with the Constitution, you'll be able to see more clearly the points of contact or conflict between the U.S. Constitution and Sharia law. And then you can discuss it without fear of being called a racist or a bigot or an Islamophobe.
Jennifer Wishon, CBN News, Washington.
Because we will not